We did wonder what it'd be like, gentlemen, expanding this tournament to 128 players from the 96 that we've kind of become used to in recent years. But with stories like, and you didn't hear the bit yesterday, the afternoon story there of both first Motomo Sakai of Japan knocking out Thibaut Tricol, and then David Munyur of Kenya beating Mike Dedeker, the number 18 seed. Mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah, it's big stuff. Darts is a great sport. We beat the drum for it every single day of the year, and we love it more than most. But the fact that the president of Kenya was posting this morning about David Munyur, saying bring the trophy home, I think this is a new level, and it's great for African darts. I think everybody involved with trying to get African darts moving forward deserves a bit of credit today, but all of the credit really for yesterday goes to David, who only had those darts for 2 days and ended up taking out a very capable player. I know that Mike Dedeker is going to be hurting today. I've been in that situation myself where the crowd is not on your side and they want an underdog to win. Mike will be feeling sick as a parrot today. I've got sympathy for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as far as David is concerned, this is a monstrous opportunity. That's an awful lot of money for someone from Kenya as well.
Yeah, I think people think we go over the top, but we were saying yesterday it's life-changing. We actually worked it out that he could buy a 3-bedroom detached house and still have change on the money he's currently on. It is life-changing for him, and in a moment he will certainly never forget, and his family and friends, and he will inspire, we hope, the next generation who see that and go, I want to do that.
Wait a minute, though. Is Cam Crabtree taking 10% agent's fee for using his darts?
Probably should. He lost in round 1.
He did. But it was lovely self-deprecating stuff from him to post about
Cam's
it.
got a great future. I think there's so many little stories attached to what David did yesterday. The fact that the wasp was on his face and then he ended up putting it in his pocket. He didn't kill the wasp, he preserved it.
Taking out 125 when he wanted 135 and then took out the 135 with a remarkable bullseye.
And the fact that he signed a manufacturing deal 15 minutes before he went on stage. Which, I mean, that's different level, isn't it? I mean, that was an inspired signing. That's like signing, I don't know, Eric Cantona with a minute to go in the transfer window.
Absolutely right. Well, many congratulations to David for what was a truly monumental day yesterday afternoon. The evening session also provided a bit of a scare for Michael van Gerwen, the number 3 seed. Eventually 3-1 winner against Mitsuhiko Tatsunami. But you and I were doing commentary on that last night, Nico, and there were times when I was saying, what is happening? This is a ridiculous game of darts.
That was a great spectacle for about 60 minutes. Tatsunami takes the first set and everybody goes bananas. Then everybody's singing his name in the same jingle of our late friend Morihiro Hashimoto, which brought back a great deal of memories for people of our generation, mine and Mace. But then Michael did switch on a little bit. He had one good set. He had 2 sets that got the job done. It's as simple as that. All he had to do last night, Michael, was win the match. He did that under very difficult circumstances. It will be very interesting to see how deep he goes in this tournament off the back of that.
Yeah, I sort of called it early enough that when you're in a tournament where the underdogs are winning, I'm on about serious underdogs. It makes everybody else a bit twitchy, Nico, doesn't it? Because they think, oh, don't tell me it's me next.
yeah, because if you've got a debutant, for instance, when you look at Solarte of Argentina playing Mikkel today, I mean, Mikkel's thinking, hang on, I'm from England, I'm from Suffolk, which isn't too far from here. They're not going to get on the Argentinian bandwagon. But this is darts, where flags don't mean a great deal. So it'll be interesting to see the approach of Ryan Mikkel today in that regard.
Well, not wishing to fly a flag too much for my neck of the woods, but
you can't be flying flags nowadays, mate.
There's a bit of there's a bit of West Midland representation today. You know, first match, Matthew Dennant of Bloxwich.
You're going to love his walk-on song, by the way.
I like
Alice Cooper.
Ah, I thought he changed it to
he better not.
Arctic Monkeys. I thought it was meant to be scores. I'm happy enough that Kevin Doets will walk out to Rock and Roll All Night.
Oh, you didn't get the double whammy then?
No.
You know, can't get Alice Cooper and Kiss in the same
I don't think
game.
so. But it's I've mentioned before I'd like to see more Midlands representation at the top end of darts. Luke Woodhouse is doing grand work.
For years it's been a relative hotbed when you think what they produce, but I think of someone like Jason Lowe, who I knew for years, and I used to say, what are you doing? He just used to play pub darts. Yeah. And eventually I sort of almost, well, him and myself, Jamie Hughes and a few of the other lads were like, come on, mate, go Q school. And he had a great couple of years, but injury, unfortunately for him, shortened the career.
There's a few more from the West Midlands starting to come through. The amateur dart circuit's doing an awful lot in that neck of the woods, so stay tuned over the next couple of seasons. There's more coming from the West Midlands.
Like the sound of that, like the sound of that. So 8 more games to come today and tonight. So we're on multimedia this afternoon. We're talkSPORT 2, we're the talkSPORT app, and we are the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Good afternoon if you're watching our feed on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. And then 4 more games tonight, which will be app and YouTube, because there's Wrexham Swansea on talkSPORT 2 tonight from the Championship.
Our friend and colleague, Abby Davis, she'll be watching that.
She will. She'll be...
big Swans fan.
Rooting for the Swans. But talking of ladies, Gemma Hayter takes part in the World Championships in our final match of the afternoon, and she's got a pretty thankless draw by the looks of it against Josh Rock.
Hayter's going to hate the draw.
Yeah, she doesn't like the draw, because I spoke to Gemma quite briefly this morning when she was walking past the press area, and I said, all the best, have a great time this afternoon. And she said, bit of a tricky draw. Sounding slightly sarcastic, the lady from Gosport in Hampshire, but I don't think there's any pressure on Gemma. This is a bonus experience for her, and maybe something that she thought would never happen. So go out there, all the pressure's on Josh, and see what happens. Yeah,
because she sort of got in because of what Bo did and what Lisa Ashton did.
Yeah, Bo Greaves got in through the development tour, but Bo demolished the women's series. And then when Lisa Ashton won the Women's World Match Play in the summer, which you heard on talkSPORT 2, she took a spot through that, which gave another spot to the Women's Series, which Gemma got. So that's why it's a bit of a bonus opportunity.
Yeah, we'll speak more on Bo later, of course, because she is playing tonight. But how many matches did she... Was it 70 odd or something?
It feels like she hasn't lost in forever.
Yeah.
We'll find out with Bo Greaves a little late this evening. What a match against Daryl Gurney during our evening session. So edging towards the first match of the afternoon, which will be Kevin Doets against Matthew Dennant. Ahead of that and the other games, let's get the odds with our very good friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Ben Barrett has joined us once again, and I'm sure he knows that Chris Mason is lurking over my left shoulder.
Tipped up the 8-1 ACCA last night.
Yeah, 8-1 ACCA came through for Mace last night, Ben, so let's see what...
No pressure.
Let's see what you can come up with between the pair of you. What have you got for us this afternoon, Ben?
We'll go chronologically. We'll start with Kevin Doets, who is at 4-9 to get the better of Matthew Dennant. Yesterday we saw a few 3-0 in the afternoons, didn't we? Kevin Doets 11-4, 3-0 there. 3-1 is also 11-4 in the betting. Ryan Meikle could be interesting. He's 1-3 against the Argentinian. You've mentioned there, touched on how the crowd will get behind these underdogs today. I think I'm willing to give the Argentinian a set. 3-1 in favour of Meikle is 9-4. We move on to Mickey Mansell against Leonard Gates. That one feels like the most tricky one to call there. Mickey Mansell 3-10, Leonard Gates as 5-2. I'm not sure if Gates is just the outright underdog is potentially value there, but there's plenty of ways of getting involved. Leonard Gates to hit over 2 180s and over 100 plus checkout is 7-1. And then we've got the afternoon main event. Josh Rock 1-66, Gemma Hayter 16-1. Do you know who else was 1-66? Mike De Decker. Do you know who else was 16-1? David Munya. I had a quick word with the traders. 84 people before a dart was thrown back the Kenyan to get the win. They will be absolutely loving it. 3 of those people did place a bet on the Kenyan to win exactly 3-2. Gemma Hayter is 4-0-40-1 to repeat the feat. Stranger things have happened, right, Nace?
Well, that would be strange. I'm with you though in the Gates and Mickey Mansell game. That's a tricky pick. I think it's got set, so I've lent towards the 180 market over 5.5 there. Rock, there's the only little bit of value. I'm doing something in hospitality, so I have to find something. King of the Hockey 1-4. That's about it. Ryan Meikle to win and most 180s. And I like Kevin Doets most 180s. He's playing Dennant on debut. He's not really done a lot this year. 1 quarter-final in the Players' Championship. That's about it. And, of course, Kevin had a great run last year to the last 16.
He did. Ben, thank you very much indeed for that. Ben Barrett joining us from William Hill with all the latest odds. It's 18+, gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
You're listening to the World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels. Celebrate New Year's Eve at a Village Hotel. Book now at villagehotels.com. The PDC dancers and the referees and scorers are now on the stage, as well as Lewis Jones, our master of ceremonies. So just some final thoughts from you, Nico, before you disappear for a bit, because Mason and I are looking after the first game. Big day for Northern Ireland. The two World Cup winners both in action before the night is out, Rock and Gurney.
Yeah, they get the last day of the first round. Really looking forward to seeing Gurney against Greaves later. And I think Josh is a massive favourite this afternoon. But my final parting shot this afternoon, I'm just really happy that Matty Dennant's got this experience. He's been around a long time. He's an impossibly friendly lad, super intelligent as well. He really does deserve this chance. And if I were to give him some advice right now, I'd say, do you know what, Matty? After everything you've done in your career for the last 10 years, go out there and have a blast, young man.
Thank you, Paul. Paul Nicholson will be back with Chris Murphy for our second match. But there is Lewis Jones. Let's hand over to him for the introduction of our first two players.
Alexandra Palace, London! It's now time for our first match. From England, making his debut, the winner of 2 Challenge Tour titles. It's a scholar, Matthew Dennant.
Matthew Dennant, now for his opponent.
Netherlands, the winner of 3 Development Tour titles. It's Hawkeye, Kevin Doets.
Let this play out for a bit.
You show us everything you've got. Baby, baby, that's quite a lot. And you drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy.
So Kevin Doets on the stage, shakes hands with his opponent, nice warm embrace between the two. And for those of you who followed our Darts on the Radio coverage for the past couple of years, if you think the name Kevin Doets is familiar, well, the reason for that is because he knocked out the bully boy Michael Smith by 3-2 in the early stages of last year's tournament.
Well, he nearly beat him the year before when he was defending champion, didn't he?
That's right, and he got his revenge, and then he nearly beat Chris Dobie, losing by the odd set in 7 deeper into the tournament. So he likes this place, Kevin Doets. Hawkeye, who will have the darts when things officially get underway, but as usual, 9 practice darts allowed from each player by our referee Hugh Ware before we get underway.
Yeah, it was Kevin who, up in the players' practice area, has won the bull up to get the honour in the odd-numbered legs in the odd-number sets, which really doesn't count for anything more, because, well, unless it goes to 5-5, and then, of course, he has the advantage of throw in a sudden death shootout. 91.63 for the season, Kevin Doets, and Matty Dennant not too far behind it, but at this level, when you've had a run to the last 16 here, especially as recently as 12 months ago, it just fills you with a different level of confidence. That belief is there that you can win multiple matches on this stage.
So a big day for Matt Dennant. 15 years on the circuit. Don't know whether that means he'll go straight back to Q School if the tour card is lost. He'll
certainly be giving it a bash.
We're underway.
And right now, darts is in a different place. You know, having a tour card's not the be-all and end-all. As long as you go to Q School and then you start the season well, It's very rare all 128 tour card holders turn up, so you get put on in the top up.
Well, that's we've seen. Stefan Belmont played in all of the Players' Championship floor events, despite not being a tour card holder, because he was one of the first reserves, along with the likes of Bo Greaves. Dennant not really getting himself going yet, not broken 400 after 6 darts. Doets down on 271, the Dutchman.
Yeah, and this year, Matty Dennant won his very first game on the European Tour. He's played in a few of the events and never managed to win a game, but got over that hurdle in 2025.
Very straightforward darts attire. Black shirt, black slacks, black shoes, black flights on his dart. Doets more sort of turquoise and dark blue with his get-up. Nicknamed Hawkeye because of the way he stares at the board and rarely blinks. Dennant is the scholar because he's got a degree from Coventry University. 152 for Doets in this first leg. Treble 20 hit, another one would leave double 16. Got it. Chance for a 152 checkout right off the bat. Oh, he's got it. What a great start for Kevin Doets. Great entertainment for the early arrivals at Ali Pali this afternoon.
Yeah, what a super way to start this match. Well, if there was any doubts, and well, there always is when you're a dart player, because you don't really always know how things are going to go, especially in this tournament so far. Trepidation will be the word.
Message on our YouTube chat. What's Doets and Dennant's 2025 average? Well, it's come from PFDJ-EKV. I don't think that's your real name. 91.63 average for Doets in 2025. 90.84 for Dennant. There's not much between them. He has moments, Dennant, where he can post near ton-plus averages.
Yeah, he has done in the past. He has a personal best of 119, which he achieved in 2019.
And on throw in this second leg, he's doing to Doets what Doets was doing to him in the first leg. He's got an outshot here of 94, Mace.
Yeah, this is why I thought this game would go back and forth. It was very hard to pick between the two. And listen, if Doets was on debut here, like Dennant, I probably would have picked Dennant. But I can't ignore that run last year and how he's played on that stage before.
Double 16, bossed in. Well done, Matthew. Leg on the board on debut. That'll make him feel so much better.
Yeah, 171 in the leg as well. 13 dart hold, both players super efficient in that department.
A message from Daz Reynolds. Dance will be getting upset tonight. Bow to beat Gurney. Do you see it? Of course you can see it.
Would it be an upset?
Well, I'm not sure that it would.
I mean, she's favourite with the odds compilers.
And we here at talkSPORT, you'll see that if you're able to sync up the commentary on the app with the pictures, you'll see we're getting right behind Bo Greaves tonight. More on that later.
41.
So, into leg 3. It's one leg apiece in this opening set between Kevin Doets of the Netherlands, Matthew Dennant from England.
60.
And it is Dennant at the oche. Good first start, but straight into small
81.
one.
Yeah, he's done that a few times. It's just a bit of early nerves.
Good pick off of treble 19 from Doets. Dennant, the smaller man of the two. Lovely first dart. Again, this second dart better, but has to make do with a steady turn in the end.
Yeah, down to 222 with Doets on 184 and at the oche. 1 all set 1. Treble 20 is found with dart 2 for Doets.
100
and a lovely 140. Dennant was threatening in this leg, but Doets has got it back under control, and another wild dart from Dennant. Does find treble 20 to leave 141, just in case.
Double 16 again for Doets. This time he's on the wire, one dart left in hand, and it's on the wire again, so half a chance here for Matthew Dennant. This is what's normally left when you're on a 9-darter, but he hits single 20, single 19, and then a treble 19.
Kevin, you require 32.
And Doets bangs the 32 right in the centre of the double 16 bed. And it's going with throw so far in this opener.
Yeah, averages 88.57 Doets, 88.60 Dennant. Nothing really between them, as there was in their seasonal numbers.
Yeah. But this has been a bit of a pilgrimage, a bit of a journey that Matthew Dennant has been on to finally make it to a World Championship. And he's in for a maximum here, and there you go. There's another great moment for the man on debut. His first maximum at the Alexandra Palace. And we could be going to a deciding set. Now they're pushing the Ravages into the 90s with the way they're playing, mate.
Yeah, back-to-back 140s for Doets on the Dennant throw, who's put 2 on the top wire of treble 20 and then ran for cover to leave 178. Doets 2-2-1, leads 2-1, set 1. Treble 20 is found.
100.
Only the 1 though. But no finish for Dennant, so Doets will be back at that 1-2-1. 178 for Dennant, 2 single 20s.
Stayed up there.
Yeah, 54, the treble 18 was the shot there for me.
Well, treble 17 will leave the bull for Doets. Bull for the set. Oh, just north and west of the bull. In the 25. Maybe this has got to go for Matthew to stay in the set.
The reason I don't like this is you could end up on double 19 as it is. It's 2 single 20s. Eventually leaves 60, 25 for Doets.
Burns the dart on single 9 for double 8. Just bent the wire inside double 4, and he's gone inside double 4 as well. So Dennant's still in this leg to save the set.
Clipping wires is Doets. Single 20 is found safely. Just shuffles right. Beautiful dart at tops. By the skin of his teeth. Holds after Doets missed 3 match darts, one of them being at the bull. Oh, sorry, match darts, set darts.
Yeah.
Gone early.
You have. We're all tired.
Yeah, we've changed the rules. It's just best of 5 retired.
Oh, it's lovely. 6 19s hit there from Dennant. And this is a leg that Doets has the honour in for the deciding leg. So he's in for a max here, Doets. Oh, 121, the third dart deflected horribly away from the first 2.
Amazed it stayed in the board. He is down to 240. 367 Dennant minus these.
100.
Great ton. Keeping the pressure on Doets.
And listen to that silence. People are engaged in this game. It's the first of the afternoon.
No doubts. They're nursing hangovers.
There speaks a man of experience. Dennant trying to come down from 267.
91. Kevin,
So 140 for Doets for the set. He's already taken out 152. This won't go though with a single 5. But with Dennant back on 176, he can lay up for a 2-dart finish when he comes back.
What was you said about being quiet?
Yeah, suddenly they're on their feet saying, stand up if you love the darts. Commentators curse.
Great stuff from Dennant. Super pressure.
But Doets wants double top for the set. 1 dart left, the first one went just above and just below with his final dart. So 42. Matthew Dennant wants 10 for double 16 for the set. Double 16. He's got it right in the corner. Right. Kevin Doets 0, Matthew Dennant 1 in a race to 3. Well, if you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. And Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni auto scoring system. Instant, accurate scoring and a slick, modern way to sharpen up your game. So if you want the same equipment that's trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, just visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler, get on target. Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler, get on target.
On your smart speaker, exclusive coverage of the TVs.
Remarkable, wasn't it? 92.21 for Kevin. Matty, 92.11. What won that set was 3 from 3 on the doubles for Dennant. Just 2 from 9 and 5 set dart opportunities missed for Kevin Doets.
Second set, first
Now,
leg
he
of
has to
Matthew
deal with that
Surface.
and
Game on.
deal with the fact that it's Dennant with the darts in set 2.
Yep, Dennant gets us underway. There'll be another
43.
short break after this second set, and then from that point they play to a finish with no further comfort breaks. And Doets, who's probably had a quiet word with himself in that interval,
Well, it worked.
kicks things back off with a maximum, and that's his first of the afternoon.
100.
Yeah, 1 apiece in the maxes. Dennant did have a 1-7-1 in leg 2, and leggy 1 in 13 darts. His winning legs in there were very tidy, 13, 17 and 14. We also had the 1-5-2 out from Kevin Doets in the very first leg.
Yeah, smashing that shot that was.
60.
Setting the tone.
Yes.
Doets, he's got to the quarter-final of 7 Pro Tour events this
99.
season, and he's made a semi-final as well, but just evidence that he's sort of creeping up and up and up. And
Well, he's trending in the right
98.
direction, but it's
Kevin, you
very
require
slow.
Very steady, yes.
164.
But if you had it on a graph, it's going in the right direction.
chance for a 164 actually, but he doesn't go for it
No,
because
lays up, double 16.
he saw that Dennant was back on 200 exactly. But a bit of scoreboard pressure maybe from Dennant. Let's see.
Well, there's pressure now at a set down, isn't there? So needs to get this department dealt with, and does. 14 dart break of throw for Kevin Doets. That's the way to respond after the disappointment of set 1, which he should have won.
Yes, he started as he meant to go on with the 1-5-2, but his doubling let him down, as Mace mentioned. But that double 8 will be a sense of relief to him.
Well, what can happen when you start missing doubles? It often means you'll go through the match doing it.
Well, MVG was missing doubles last night, and it was
Missing everything.
well, he was. But when you see MVG missing doubles, you know.
And he was incredibly. He was quite boisterous afterwards. If you want to listen to the interview, of course, it's on our YouTube darts channel.
Yeah, he was,
All of every player that's won is on there so far.
Yes, that's right. We always interview the winners backstage after they've triumphed. So you'll find the David Manure interview on there as well with
that's fascinating.
Chris Murphy. Great chat with James Wade the other day. Had plenty to say
57,
about things going on in darts.
I think we tend to get a bit more out of them than they do in the press room, and it's probably because we don't give them as much stick. I think
we just let them sit down and relax.
Yeah.
Matthew, you require 164.
Offer him a Malteser, you know. 164 Dennant, 2 treble 19s. Yeah, got him. Bullseye. He's just to the south and west.
Very good effort though. Double 18. What a set of darts this is from Kevin Dukes. He's averaging 111 in this set.
It's funny, you remind me of not just beating Bully Boy last year, but narrowly losing to him the year before. I now remember that game from 2 years ago.
We had him in, he was defending champion, had him in all sorts of trouble in round
had
one.
that classic case of Michael Smith, those little rosier cheeks that always denote when Michael Smith...
He's under it.
He's under it. And boy, oh boy, did Dukes push him that day.
96.
Pushed him a whole lot further 12 months down the line.
Pushed him out the door.
He did. And he's very nice on treble 19 cover there, not once but twice, Dukes.
Beautiful set this is so far. 14 and 13, a break and a hold.
And Dennant's playing 8 points above his average in this set, but he can't contain him.
Nope.
So 197 Dennant, 227 Doets. Lovely first dart from the Dutchman. Can't quite follow it into the treble 20. 99 will have to do. But he is down to a finish. Here comes Dennant, trying to get down to a 2-dart finish. If he can, he has done that with a 140. Nicely done.
18s, gets a single, 110 left. Treble 20, leaves the ball. And that was for the set.
Hit 25, very close to the outer section. 17 for tops for Dennant. First dart missed at a double. In fact, 2 darts missed at a double for the first time. 9 for double 8 for Doets. He just hit double 8 earlier in the set. Wires it on the outside and goes on the inside. The double trouble returns for Kevin Doets.
Well, five set darts in set 1. He's had 4 here.
In the meantime, Dennant gets 2 10s. So he gets a leg back on throw, but Doets now has the arrows in leg 4 of the second set to try and level things up set-wise at 1 apiece on talkSPORT 2.
Mentally, he's very good here, Kevin Doets, because he'd be well within his right to begin to sort of have negative thoughts creeping in. What have I got to do to win a set? He can't stay there. He's hit a treble 20, picks up the treble 19. The treble 20 was dangling, and that is a 174 on cover.
Very nicely done. Dennant looking down at the 19s himself, but only pick off a single. So Doets firmly in control of this set.
Well, he's been blitzed in this set, Dennant. This is high quality stuff at the moment from Kevin Doets, down to 146 after 9. Dennant back on 400, 20 and then a 5. It is Dennant though that leads by a set to 0, but Doets wants 146 to win this set 3-1. Not going to go, but he's left it low.
Left himself on double 8, which has been a weapon of choice for Doets.
It's been friend and foe so far.
Friend and foe, you're right. 140 from Dennant, maybe a bit late. Double 8 for Doets. Wires it on the outside. 2 darts left. That's better. Gets it. And Hawkeye's left 1. Matthew Dennant 1.
To be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler, get on target. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. 180. magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler gets on target.
Anyway, back to the matter in hand. Kevin Doets of the Netherlands, 1 set apiece with Matthew Dennant.
There was a like a vicar or a priest in the hospitality, and I sort of blessed myself, and he said, "I am." I'm sorry.
This is not fancy dress.
No, it wasn't fancy dress. Oh dear, only I could find it.
No, I'd have done the
same.
same.
That was a bit like when I met Pele, and I went, "Oh, what do you do, pal?" And I'm looking down at him, and he went, "Oh, I played football." Was you any good then?
Well, you never did.
I did, and then I got introduced on stage, and they go, "Then please welcome the one and only Pele." I went, "Oh no." We actually became very good. Worked multiple times and became great friends before he sadly passed away.
Yes.
We used to have some great banter.
You're very welcome if you're watching on our
41.
YouTube channel, the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Like and subscribe, and you get a whole bucket load of great darting content from us, not just in and around these championships, but all year. John is doing a spot of decorating whilst listening to the darts. He says, "I'm looking forward to a bit of Paint and Greavesy later." Very good.
Very good. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Bo Greaves against Darryl Gurney. It's the second match in the evening session. Now, Matthew Dennant was down to 167 in this opening leg of the third set.
Another strong leg, isn't it?
It is, and
this is against the throw. This has been a bit of a theme going on here.
45.
Fabulous set though from Doets in the last one, as Dennant wants double 14 for a 13 darter, double 7. Ooh. Well, he's okay here. He can split because Doets is on 165. It goes 6 for double 4, and he.
Where's he looking? Oh, he bust the score. He's bust the score.
Well, I'd rather be going at double 4 than double 14 because of that breakdown.
133.
The double 4 breaks down 3 times, of course. Oh, now he's in a spot of bother because that's a blocker.
Oh, he's found his way around it. Matthew Dennant bent that dart around a corner to get into the double 14 bed to break the throw at the start of the third set. It's 1 set apiece, a race to 3 sets to get through. That was a very natty little dart from the man from the West Midlands.
It looked tricky, didn't it? And I wasn't sure about his choice for that very reason, because Well, no one likes double 7. Nobody particularly likes double 14 unless your name's Mensa Sulevic.
Yeah.
100.
So, leg 2 of
Don't forget,
set
if you
3.
do have any questions or comments for us, do either, well, it's either hashtag darts on the radio on
Yep.
59.
X or subscribe. Make sure you do subscribe and give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. We appreciate the support as we breached
60.
21 million views on that page, believe
Yeah,
it or not.
fantastic, and well over 20,000 subscribers as well, which we're very grateful for.
Yeah, any questions, comments for myself, Dance, Nico or Chris Murphy,
140.
or producer Matt, if you've got a tech question, because no good asking me about anything about that. 'cause
Same here, mate.
140.
took me 10 minutes to find out how to switch my laptop on.
Now into leg 2. Doets on 201. Dennant
140.
with a lovely 140. He's got down to a 102 finish on throw.
Yeah, he stole the darts in leg 1.
124.
Great reply from Doets.
Matthew
It's one set
Maguire,
apiece with
102.
Dennant leading 1-0 in set 3, and he wants 102. He's gone for 19s on 102. 38 left.
83.
And goes inside. That's a
Kevin,
strange
you
old
require
choice, that, but
67.
there you go. Modern day dart players. 50 left. Single 18 leaves 32 to break straight back. And he clips the
35.
outside wire, is doubling.
Matthew
It's 5 from
Maguire,
18.
19.
Whilst Dennant wants 3 for double 8. Settles himself on the oche for 2-0 in this third set. Slight blocker, moves along the oche to the right and finds its way through again.
Matthew
Well,
Dennant,
this
Philip
is
Dennant first.
a really good debut for Dennant here at the World Championships against a player, let's not forget,
96.
had a wonderful run to the last 16. Well, it's, yeah, last year, not this year.
Question for you from David, who's got in touch using the darts on the radio hashtag. We don't have to talk about this straight away, but we'll get to it. Has the experiment, if that's the right word,
100.
as he's put it, of including female players failed? No win since 2019. I mean, that could all change later, David.
Well, it's not a men's World Championships.
99.
It's a world championship.
It's a
yeah.
it's open. There is a women's series, of course, which has been incredibly successful, and the women's world match play, which is on at the same
96.
time when we're there for the world match play itself, is brilliantly received, and Lisa
96.
Ashton winning it this year was fantastic.
Now, from 305,
Wow.
Dennant picks off 2 treble 18s and a treble 20 to get down to 137. He could clean out this set without dropping a leg here,
41.
the Englishman. And
Matthew
Doets' game has gone to pot a little bit.
137.
Well,
in
he's
this
feeling
set.
the heat from Dennant, that's for sure. Well, the 137's not going to go, but he's going to leave tops
97.
after 12 to win the set in double quick time. And there's no chance for Doets to go off stage and
139.
reset, because we play
Matthew
to a winner
40.
from this point.
Dennant on tops, 2 darts above, 3 darts above. Reprieve for Kevin Doets.
Is there a
Kevin,
twist
you
in the
require
tail of this
30.
set? His doubling is why he's in this predicament. Well, he finds the awkward looking double 15, no problem at all.
Fourth
Yeah.
leg, Matthew the third first.
I can't imagine that's practiced too often by
No.
many professionals, double 15, but he's got a leg back on throw, but
But
Dennant still with the advantage here.
The only player I know who leaves it on
100.
purpose is Littler. It's his
Yeah.
route for the 9.
That was his route for the 9.
Well, a ton start from Dennant. Doets desperate to extend this set.
100.
Wins this leg, and then it's Doets that will have the darts in the decider. Too many Ds.
Doets and Dennant
93.
duking it out in the darts. So Doets, both with
57.
black flights on their darts.
Amazes me when people recognise themselves on the big screens.
Yeah,
It's almost like a panic. Oh.
44.
And then they're gone.
Yeah, by the time they've realised they're actually on telly,
They're not.
yeah, cameras panned elsewhere.
Treble 20 on the adjustment.
100.
Down to 244 Doets. One set apiece. Dennant leads 2-1, and he's on 264 minus these 2 single 20s. So he's trying just a little bit too hard to win this set now.
He didn't get a ton there. He tried to split the 2 darts he had either side of the red bit and went just too high.
100.
Ton for Doets. Takes him down to 144. This is Dennant's throw, remember. And you'll do well to get down to
60.
he's on the same 144, but Doets gets first go at it,
and he finds the trouble, needs another, doesn't get it. 64 left, may come for 16s. He did. He's left 48, but this is for the set. Tries the 54 route but fails, so Doets will be back. How is his doubling this time?
double 16. That's much more like it from Kevin Doets. Percentage improving all the time. In fact, his percentage is now better than that of his opponent. 35%, having hit 7 from 20, and it's 2 apiece.
Two from 2 in the last 2 legs, isn't he? The double 15 and the double 16.
So we're into a deciding leg in this 3rd set, 1 set apiece. We're at a pivotal moment in this match, and Kevin Doets of the Netherlands has the honour in this deciding leg to see who goes 2-1 up in a race to 3.
Well, we've played 14 of a possible 15 legs. There is nothing between them, and that's what we thought very early in the contest, looking at all the data we have on both players. That the reason I just sided with Doets was down to experience.
100.
Nip and tuck in this game. Barely 20 points between them after 6 darts apiece. But here goes Doets for a maximum. What a time to pin that.
Well, let's say about timing in sport is everything. That certainly was. He's down to 164, and Dennant can't complete 360 in 6. So Doets has 6
55.
at 164.
164.
Single 20. Love a 140 to leave 24, but that's not going to happen now. But only 60 in the end. And Dennant's got to be careful with 305. Starts correctly on the 18s, gets a single, needed 2 treble 20s to leave 167. So Doets has got 6 at 104 for the set.
It's getting easier for Doets, but he can't hit a treble either. Neither on the 19s or the 15s or the 18s.
Well, you predominantly play at treble 20. Why on 104 are you coming away from that and trying to be just overcomplicate things?
140.
Now he's got to be perfect.
20 for double 16. It's been his friend just lately. On the outside, Dennant's waiting on 107. Finds it though, Kevin Doets, and takes set 3. A puff of the cheeks as he looks to his friends in the VIP area. It is 2 sets to 1 to the more fancied player from the Netherlands.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of sets from either. 82 average in the end, Dennant, after making a steady enough start to it and leading 2-0, but he won those 2 legs in 17 and 18 darts, so there was opportunities there for Doets, who he's still averaging 94.07 in the match. Dennant has dipped to 87.39. Is there a bit of a sea change here, Dance?
Well, Dennant's got the throw in this 4th set on the odd-numbered legs, and he's slightly ahead. Good 140 from Dennant. Can he concentrate the mind to get back to the levels he was showing in set 2 when he got things level? Darren says, loving the quality commentary, gents, on our YouTube page. I think Mason Nico could be the best duo since Bert and Ernie. Keep up the good work.
Good stuff.
100.
Thanks for getting in touch if you're commenting on our YouTube page. Always nice to hear from you that you're enjoying the coverage.
134.
Every dart live on the app during the course of this tournament and on the YouTube page. And talkSPORT 2 joining in the fun this afternoon as well, with Matthew Dennant
59
from the West Midlands. He's down to a finish, but Doets is there first, Mace. 167.
60's found. So's the 57, needs the ball. Well, they've both been all around that ball on big shots, haven't they? The 164 for Dennant earlier, where he just missed the ball. 117 though for Dennant. Misses the 57, can't finish. Doets will be back to break
57.
throw
Kevin, you
in
got
leg
line
1 of set
55.
4. He leads 2 sets to 1. Single 9 found, double 8 inside, so double 4.
21.
Really is an issue, isn't it, with him?
Matthew requires
He
60.
attacks the doubles, but they keep going inside. 20 for tops for Dennant to hold throw.
Game
And
shot
that
in the first leg.
was more than
Matthew
necessary
Dennant, Kevin at third
from
first.
Matthew Dennant.
Yeah, just to steady the ship. He'd have been desperately disappointed. Oh,
Doets had the
80.
first dart in the treble 20. The second dart went in and knocked out the first dart.
yeah. So ended up being 80 floor.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now a bounce out for Dennant on
both at it. Playing with 2 darts.
his little smirk from Doets watching that happen to his opponent.
Yeah.
Thinking a little bit of karma, mate.
45.
Scrappy leg so far. It's being played at some pace. This match is, well, I say we played a possible 14, well, 15 of 16 legs. And it's only 26
100.
minutes old in terms of hockey time.
Doets on throw.
98.
Just 98, but he's keeping Dennant at arm's length in this particular leg.
Dart fans are funny, aren't they? They're
59.
chanting to each other about boring tables, and the sport that you've paid money to come in and watch is going on behind them.
58.
And it's a really good contest, this.
It is. Proper game of darts, this.
Dennant from 302, as he should. Gets on the 18s.
92.
Needed the treble 20 to leave 170. As it is, he's down to 210. Doets on throw 220. Doets leads 2-1 in sets, but is 1-0 down in set 4.
100.
So, Dennant, oh, that's a great first dart. Can't follow it into the treble 20. Has to make do with the ton,
100.
but
Kevin, you require
both down to a 3-dart
120.
finish. Doets wants Shanghai on the 20, so his single 20 hit treble leaves tops for Kevin Doets. Well done,
Game
Hawkeye.
shot in the second leg.
His second ton
Kevin
plus checkout of the
Doets.
game, and it brings him level
leg,
in this
Matthew
fourth set.
Dennant.
1-1.
Game
Yeah,
on.
and this will start to get edgy now for Matty. He knows any errors will be
77.
magnified when he's this close to defeat. Treble 5 right in the corner for Doets.
Yeah, the dot wobbled as it
Yeah.
55.
landed in that corner of the treble 5 bed. Dennant at the hockey looking for a ton.
60.
Has to make do with a treblers visit of 60. He's top of that particular metric, 25 treblers visits to Doets 19.
96.
And the treble 19 picked off by Doets. Dennant is a little erratic in this leg.
Yeah,
Five.
he's just beginning to feel the heat. And there is a real chance here for Doets to break Dennant's heart and the throw, because then he'll have the darts to serve it out.
Dennant back on 3-1-9. And again, erratic, but a big treble 20 saves that visit, even if it doesn't get him too far ahead of Doets, who will come from 2-5-4, actually just down to 1-9-4, so he's not down to a finish either. This is a very scrappy leg, 12 darts in.
Yeah, a lot of trebleless turns, or, well, it was scrappy.
And then all of a sudden, Dennant pops in his second maximum to match Doets, and he's down to 56.
100.
Don't try and work it out.
I can't, well, yeah.
I can't make it make sense.
Tops.
16's found. Tops he gets.
On the third leg. Matthew
17
Dennant,
darter. 2-3-7 in 5.
So,
60.
2-1 to Dennant. He needs this set just to keep the game going. He's coming down for the 19s after a blocker with his first dart. Neither of them start with a treble with their first visit.
Plays in spells, doesn't he, Kevin
93.
Doets? He is quite consistently inconsistent. This is better.
140.
Yeah, much more accurate from Dennant, much more consistent grouping of the darts. Haven't seen quite so much of that errant dart that drops into small
94.
one.
No.
We saw very early in the match.
Yeah, he's settled now. He's into this game.
Coming down to the 19s from 303. Doesn't get any
58.
trebles though.
No, so he's down to 245. Doets 254. Now he finds the treble 20, and it's sat up perfect.
140.
Does get a 140. Down to 114. 2-1 in sets to Doets. 2-1 in legs to Dennant. Now he's getting at it. Couldn't follow.
137. Kevin, you
Big
require
visit from Dennant to
140.
get down to a 108 finish, but Doets wants 114. 95 left.
Shanghai on 19s.
Yeah, double 19 for the
76.
leg, and he's just
Matthew,
half a centimetre down from it.
Yeah, I don't like that shot. Treble 19 for double 16 for Dennant. He gets it. Can he get double 16?
Just one dart in hand. Oh, he's way off. He nearly hit double 8.
76.
Yeah, that was a long way off.
Kevin,
That's
you
the problem with
require
that 114
58.
shot, because now you got burn a dart. Yeah, so you're wasting the dart. It doesn't make any sense.
Double 16 is hit by Doets. We're into a deciding leg
Kevin
in this fourth set that Matthew Dennant
Fifth leg,
has
and
to
Matthew
win.
Dennant first.
Otherwise, he's gone, and his tour card has to be handed in.
Well, every leg in this set has gone with throw. If that continues,
100.
we go into a decider, and I don't mind seeing a decider in this one.
No, nor do I. Ryan Meikle up next against Jesus Salate of Argentina. Then we've got Mickey
100.
Mansell against the soldier Leonard Gates. And then we round off the afternoon with Josh Rock against Gemma Hayter
80.
for your afternoon's entertainment on talkSPORT 2 and the app and the YouTube channel.
Could be one for the purists, that. Mansell versus Gates.
Yeah, they're both quite slow and methodical.
60.
Not quite as slow as Alexis Toiler was last night.
Ratajski did very, very well in that game. That was some performance.
What was it he said to Chris Murphy afterwards in an interview?
57.
I walked many kilometres on that stage.
He was just trying to find something to do, so he was having a little wonder.
Well, it's a big old stage.
It is. Is it 120 feet or something?
100.
Something along those lines, yeah.
2-2, set 4. Doets on 2-4-1. Oh dear,
85.
he strayed with that last start, which means that Dennant's down to 179 rather than 164.
And with a 140, Doets gets down to a finish. He gets down to a 101 checkout when he comes back. It's a great first start there from Dennant to pressurise from 179.
121.
Got 6 19s in the end there,
Kevin,
Dennant.
you require
Yeah, leaves 58.
101.
In case Doets can't do this. Oh, treble 5 leaves 86. Treble 18 is missed.
53. Matthew, you require 58.
So to stay in the match, 18 for tops. 2 darts at tops, Matthew Dennant. Way above. And not much further
18.
towards the target with his final dart.
Well, on 101, you go 19s. If you hit the 57, leaves 44. If you hit the 19, leaves 82, you go
Kevin,
ball.
you
You should
require
at least hit a
48.
minimum of a 25, and then 17 means you come back 3 darts at tops.
Double 16 for the match. And Kevin Doets makes it.
2 each in the 180s, 13 each in terms of scores between 140 and 180. And interesting, the column which shows us the scores between 100 and 139, 6 more than Dennant, and Dennant had 7 more trebleless visits, and that was a bit of a difference in there. It just looked like Doets was the most likely. But a good debut for Dennant.
Yep, and he'll remember this day. Put up a good fight. He's just exiting stage left now. Doets will follow on behind, and Doets' next opponent will be the Kenyan that won our hearts yesterday. David Munir will be the opponent for Hawkeye in round 2. Next up here on talkSPORT 2 in the app and the YouTube page, we'll have another first round encounter for you. Another man on debut, Jesus Salate of Argentina takes on Ryan Meikle, the barber, and Chris Murphy and Paul Nicholson will guide you through that next on this Friday afternoon.